The passing of Ivana Trump, former President Trump's first wife and the mother of their three oldest children, Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. She helped build the Trump empire, and after their very public divorce, she kept the family name. We have learned she was found unresponsive in her Manhattan apartment at the bottom of the stairs. Paramedics responding to an emergency call. It was her ex-husband, the former president, who announced her death on social media.
What do we know about what happened? It appeared that this was obviously quite sudden and a shock.
Yeah, all we know is that just after noon today in New York City, paramedics were called to her home where she was found unresponsive and unconscious. The fire department, the police, the medics pronounced her dead on the scene there. The police later said there was no evidence of criminality. The medical examiner's office in New York will have to determine the exact cause of death. But yes, she was found unresponsive, unconscious in her home in New York City.
I'm Rayy Vana, and welcome back to Rebel HQ. Donald Trump's first wife, Ivana Trump, passed away last night. And while some people might be surprised to learn that he was the person who broke the news and spoke of her rather fondly, particularly after their famously messy divorce, he and her had repaired some sort of relationship before her passing.
Yeah, I mean, they met in the late 70s. They got married in 1977 when Donald Trump was on his rise to becoming a real estate mogul. And she was right there alongside of him. She joined him in business. She was essential to the design, the operation, the management of a lot of his properties. Their marriage deteriorated sort of towards the end of the 80s. He, of course, had a very public affair with Marla Maples, who became his second wife. And their divorce was splashed I'm old enough to remember, was splashed all over the tabloids. She got a $14 million settlement, which at the time was a lot of money for a divorce settlement. But through the years, their relationship mended. They were friendly. They were in contact. If we remember in 2017, she said that Donald Trump actually offered her the ambassadorship to the Czech Republic. She was from Czechoslovakia under communist rule, and that she turned it down because she said she liked her life the way it was.
Despite their seemingly friendly relationship, every friendship for Donald Trump is nothing but dollar signs, so it will come as no surprise to find that he immediately started fundraising off of her death. Trump announced the news of Ivana's death on Truth Social with a post saying, "I am very saddened to inform all of those that loved her, of which there are many, that Ivana Trump has passed away at her home in New York City. She was a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing woman who led a great and inspirational life. Her pride and joy were her three children, Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. She was so proud of them, as we were all so proud of her. Rest in peace, Ivana." Now, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this post. However, it was used in a fundraising email. Here you can see the email that was sent out. It includes Trump's post about Ivana's death, along with a button on the bottom that says "Donate to Save America." Classy. Now, back in 2020, Don Jr. criticized Joe Biden for fundraising off of George Floyd's death. He tweeted, "The Joe Biden campaign is shamelessly fundraising off the death of George Floyd. People are still grieving, and Joe's using this awful tragedy to line the pockets of his campaign. Not right, but also not surprising." I wonder if Don Jr. will have the same criticism for his dad fundraising off of the death of his mom.